Knowing what you know now about business and mergers and acquisitions, if you went through this exact process again, do you think the outcome would be different?
No, I picked the best solution at that time in 2000 November or October 2017. I picked the best solution for for that period of time in my life. It wasn't. I've grown this. I grown up with this brand. I did everything perfect from start to end. There's the little missteps here and there, but I think that for the most part, I did everything right all the way up to the sale of the company. And even then, I think I did the right thing from a business standpoint. And just things didn't work out as they often don't. And as far as mergers and acquisitions, M&As have that's not a strange thing to me, and it wasn't back then either.
Let's talk about your responsibilities with NRG then. You are co-CEO, which is very interesting. That's an interesting title, Hex, because usually CEO is a singular title, right? That is the king of the mountain, somebody who is the ultimate decision maker in a company. So can you describe what your responsibilities will be as the co-CEO?
Yeah, so I'm going to be the co-CEO of NRG, and then I'm going to be the CEO of the Call of Duty team, the Chicago Call of Duty team. My day-to-day responsibilities are pretty much going to be what they were in the past: ideation, best business practices, culture above anything else. A lot of people tend to complicate what an esports business is, and at the end of the day, if you simplify it to the very, very bottom of what this is, it's just an entertainment platform. And if you focus on the entertainment part of the platform, then the business is going to come. Money's going to come. If you create cool stuff that people want to watch, and you have the eyeballs that you need in order to be able to sell a product, whether it's a T-shirt, a sponsorship, or just yourself as a person or a brand, then you're going to have not only are you going to have a good time running a business, but you're also going to have a good time running a business. And that's at the end of the day the end goal for anybody, right? To love what they do on a day-to-day life. So that for me is going to be that. So I think from a co-CEO standpoint, Hastro and I, all this stuff that is now with the parent companies and then the diversification of individual brands, like Hastro and I did that in 2013 with EN Interactive, where Ian, and I'm talking about Mike Raphael from Dallas,
from Dallas,
and Envy. Like he and I, started a company called EN Interactive, which had the same sort of structure that you see now. We're a little bit ahead of the game at the time in doing something, but we were both co-CEOs at the time, and he filled in some spots that it's a team. Esports is a team thing, right? Unless you're playing, StarCraft and you're an individual. I get that sort of scenario, but as long as you approach things as a team, I think that it offers a little bit more of an easier time running the business and not just having like the insane amount of time. So I think that with Andy's experience in both owning businesses, for a very, very long time, having successful businesses, successful exits, and being a VP at Apple like that, he offers something that I may not necessarily be strong at, which I've always said I need a good business operator partner, and I think that we're going to complement each other well.
Speaking of Hastro, he tweeted you and said, I guess the new E Clasico is Dallas versus Chicago. Are you looking forward to that first matchup in the Call of Duty League next year?
Absolutely, yeah. Envy and OpTic go as far back as Call of Duty 4, I believe. I don't think they were competing in Call of Duty 2 when we were, but yeah, I think we are. I think the competition between us comes from the fact that we are very, very good friends. But when it comes to the competition side, he's very competitive. I'm very competitive, and we've been doing it and been such a staple in Call of Duty for such a long time that it sort of became this E Clasico sort of program at some point.
A couple more questions for you. What about your content? Will your vlog be a regular fixture here? Will you be very public at NRG events?
Absolutely. Yeah. Obviously, it's going to be a transitional period for me to be able to get the lay of the land. I don't want to come into an already existing culture and just shock it. Here's Hector. Here's how we do things. That's not the way that I am. It's a marriage of sort of cultures. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a transitional period before that. I still need to meet every single one of and when I say meet, I mean get to know like all the assets that we have as staff at NRG.
Who are some of the players and competitors in NRG that you're really looking forward to creating content with and helping?
Well, definitely Symphony. Obviously, he's a massive force in Fortnite, and although we didn't get a chance to really explode or be a part of the Fortnite world, now I feel like I have that opportunity to do that. And I say Symphony because he's right down the street from the headquarters, so that it's like perfect for me. And he used to play on OpTic too. We had a Minecraft server way back when, and before he became who he is today, he used to be a part of that server. So
two more questions for you.
Yeah. Please.
Two more questions for you. I know that the Green Wall is very passionate, and I'm wondering, in your opinion, how many of those fans will follow you to NRG and now change their shirt?
I would hope all of them, right? It was a relationship that we built together for close to a decade. But I understand the affinity for wanting to stay with the logo. I will always carry that logo in the bottom of my heart. But from a relationship standpoint, I think that they built a relationship more with the people in the org than the org itself, which was the goal all along. It would have been really easy for us to just push, OpTic, but from the beginning we were all about the personalities, and then the logo benefited from that. So I think that's the case. Besides, it would be really tough for them to sort of just cut all ties with me because I'm wearing a different T-shirt, and the same goes for everything that we're gonna do in the future, right? It wasn't a relationship where it was like we're an esports team and that's where we're friends. No, it's a life sharing sort of community that we do. As I mentioned in my vlog, or in my video, it's weird to describe what it's like to see somebody recognize you in public and immediately recognize that you guys have a connection that has never had any physical contact or sound a phone call contact, right? It's any single time that I hear Hex, I turn around, I may have never seen him before, but again, it's weird because I know who he is. He's a member of the Green Wall, member of a community that we created together. So the stranger part goes away immediately, and it's this familiarity that I don't know how to explain, but it's there.
Last question is, and you mentioned, carrying that logo with you. I mean, you even have it tattooed on your arm, right? So you're going to be seeing it every day of your life when you look in the mirror, essentially. So when you look back on it now that we're a few days removed from this announcement and you're just starting in this new organization here with NRG, how do you look back on that chapter of your life?
Proud. I look at this thing and it's something that I'm incredibly proud of, and I'll always have this, because it represents a period in time in which my friends, and a massive community were able to come together and build something super cool together. So for me, I'll always wear it as a badge of honor. As I was part of that OpTic, I was part of that period of time where it was just indescribable, but very, very proudly, very, very proudly.
Will it be bittersweet for you if the OpTic brand sort of declines from here or even goes away?
Yeah, I wish them nothing but the best. I hope that they do well. But from a competition standpoint, we're competitors now, and it's going to be strange, but it is what it is. And I wish them nothing but the best in the upcoming season of the CDL.